Super Mario Galaxy is the sequel to a movie that rather surprised me because I actually did not hate the original Illumination Super Mario Brothers. And it surprised me. It was okay. Like, with Illumination, like, I consider myself an Illumination hater. Despite myself growing up with the first two Despicable Me movies, and I watched Minions too a few times when I was 11, but Illumination, like, I don't like Illumination because, like, their agenda is not making high quality films. Like, they don't have any interest at all, like, in making film that is art, like Pixar with The Incredibles, or Toy Story or Ratatouille or anything like that, or DreamWorks with How to Train Your Dragon, or Puss in Boots The Last Wish. Even though, like, DreamWorks, yeah, they made movies more strictly for kids, but I don't like Illumination, and the only Illumination film I really like is the first Despicable Me, and that's it. And when they made... But I am still nostalgic for Despicable Me 2. That movie's still okay. Go slightly above mediocre, but I don't like Illumination because of their agenda, and in that they make cheap movies. They have no interest in making films that's actual art. Like, with Illumination, I get it, because, like, with okay, I get it, that many big franchises like Marvel films, DC films, Star Wars films, Lord of the Rings films, Harry Potter films, and those things, those have that capitalistic nature around it, where most of those movies are made with selling Lego sets and t-shirts and pop figures in mind. Like, I get that most of those movies, or all of them, are made with, like, Lego sets and stuff in mind. I totally get that. I can forgive all that if they make a good movie every now and then. All big franchises have this capitalistic nature surrounding it. I totally get that. And I totally get that they do, like, all big franchises screw up every now and then. I get it. Illumination, they just shit out shit, and they get away with it because they make them at a cheap budget. And even if they don't make $1 billion or make it to $500 million or anything like that, they still get away with it. It's not the end of the world if they don't make $500 million, because they make cheap, low effort movies, and I don't like that. So maybe Super Mario Galaxy, since with Super Mario Brothers, like, it didn't have with the original Super Mario Brothers, like, yes, I'm well aware of the 90s Super Mario Brothers movie. Thank you, YouTube commenter on my YouTube short, out of theater reaction. Thank you. I'm well aware of the 90s one. But the original Super Mario Brothers, the Illumination one, rather surprised me. And probably because Illumination didn't have as much control as with their minions and Sing and all that. So maybe Super Mario Galaxy would be an improvement over the first one. Maybe it'll be a masterpiece. I don't know. And, well, Super Mario Galaxy is at the same quality as the original Super Mario Brothers, like, from a few years ago. Like, it gets some of the same things right that the original one got. Like, it's still, like, Bowser's such a simp goofball and hilarious. Like, if you like that about the first Mario film, then you were going to get it here. And the problem I had with the previous film was that the pacing's really bad. Like, not the worst, but the movie runs like the film's about to shit its pants running to the bathroom. And because kids have shorter attention spans now because iPads and all that shit that millennials throw at their kids. But anyway, so this film is slightly longer, but even if the film is like an hour and like 38 minutes, the film's pacing is not much of an there's not really much of an improvement. In fact, I might have some worst character issues with, like, writing issues with the sequel than the original. Like, this film, like, has, like, the whole, like, similar structure to Avengers Infinity War and the Lord of the Rings movies, because, like, there's the A group plot and the B group plot and the C group plot point, like that sort of thing, like Infinity War and the Lord of the Rings films did, and that structure kind of doesn't work when at like an hour and 38-minute runtime. While Infinity War and the Lord of the Rings movies worked because those movies are a bit longer. Not to say it can't work with a short runtime, because Toy Story 2 has that similar structure. It feels like there are just a little too many characters for the type of story they were trying to tell. And in a way, like, it doesn't do a good job, like, balancing the characters, like have them have any consequences to the story or anything like that. It doesn't do a good job. Fox McCloud from the Star Fox games, voiced by Glenn Powell, is in this movie from Top Gun Maverick. And he does not have any, people will react to be like, whoa, cool, Fox McCloud's in this movie. I remember him in Super Smash Bros. Brawl when I was 6 years old. Whoa, Fox McCloud. Like, he doesn't really have any, like, in the film, he's just there. Like, he's the equivalent of Donkey Kong, voiced by Seth Rogen from the original film. And at least with Mario and Donkey Kong, like, at least there's some sort of development between the two. But Fox McCloud, he's just there. He doesn't contribute much, but he's just there. He just transport Mario and the crew, and that's it. Like, there's a little bit where, like, Mario gets envy of Fox. There's a little plot point, where, like, little gag that Mario is envy of Fox because Mario's like, you dog shitter, are you banging the Princess Peach? Like, Mario just glances at Fox because Fox is a Han Solo, Hal Jordan, sexy pilot type, and Mario has feelings for Peach. And, like, there's not a whole lot in this film that has consequences later on. It doesn't stick around for long, like, or anything. It just, whenever there's a problem, it just feels like it gets solved immediately. Like, I get that Mario is a simple game. It's a gameplay-focused game and gameplay-driven game, and Mario's not, like, known for its storytelling. I totally get that, but it's Mario being transferred to another medium, which is film, and film is supposed to tell a story, so I'm judging in terms of that. Like, I feel like we were watching the film, like, I feel like nothing really has consequences or anything like that. It's just going from point A to point C, and nothing really feels like it has any consequences. And while it gets the same things right that the original Super Mario Brothers film got right, like, it has the same quality that the original film had, but a bit worse, because I had some issues with the story. Like, Rosalina, played by Brie Larson's in this film, and she's Brie Larson being Brie Larson, and she's not in it much in this film. And Jack Black as Bowser is still hilarious in this film, and as being a fucking simp goofball. And the film does great at staying true to the world of Mario, the world of Nintendo. It feel like the movie still does a great job of making it feel like the world of Mario, as someone who is a Mario fan myself. But this film is not really better than the original film. It's actually slightly worse. It's actually worse than the original Super Mario Bros. Illumination one. And even if I said that at the same quality as the original, like I said in the short, like, I only got, like, so much to say when I'm filming, when I only got, like, 60 seconds or less to film. So, anyway. Like, to me, this is just Nintendo fan service porn. Like, the movie. To me, that's what it is. And it mainly fan services for people like Gen Zs who grew up with the Nintendo Wii. Like, there's a lot of references to Super Mario Galaxy, of course. Like, I still love the orchestrated soundtrack of the game soundtrack, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and with Fox McCloud, even though he was from the Star Fox games originally, and New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Like, Super Mario Galaxy is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, if I letterbox score, like, what are my 4 favorite games, like, Super Mario Galaxy would pop one on there. Like, this film is made for me, but in terms of fan service. And the fan service is fun, even though Fox McCloud in this film is just there for fan service, and he didn't have any consequences or anything, or any impact on the story. He's just there for fan service. And with Yoshi, like, Yoshi's kind of like Chewbacca, where, like, he's like the Chewbacca, like, Yoshi doesn't have, like, full dialogue, because all he says is, Yoshi! And he's voiced by Donald Glover in this film, like, another celebrity voice in this film. And Yoshi, like, stays true to the video game. Like, I almost, like, didn't talk about him in this video, because I didn't have much to say about him in the film. Like, he's also just there for fan service, and he's just really cute, and, like, he's like the Chewbacca of this film. And Yoshi, he's just Yoshi being Yoshi. He stays true to the video game. Like, I almost, like, didn't bring him up in this review, but I just had to. Yeah, Yoshi, he stays true to the game, and he's Yoshi. Not only Rosalina and Fox McCloud came into the mix, but Bowser Jr. And Bowser, like, reunites with Bowser Jr. and it's kind of hilarious. Like Jack Black as Bowser is, like, the best part of one of the best parts of both the Illumination Mario films. And there's a little bit less, like, Bowser being a simp over Peach to, like, Bowser being fatherly, and it's really cute, or all of a sudden be all of a sudden nice to Mario and Luigi. Like that's hilarious. Like, the humor still worked, like, with the subtle humor and all that, and like the original Super Mario Brothers, there aren't any poop or butt jokes or anything like that. Okay, there is a little poop joke, like, with Yoshi, where, like, he eats somebody and then poops out an egg. Like, there's some of that in this film, yes. But mostly, this film doesn't have any adolescent humor, and or any of it at all. Like, and there's no annoying, like, slow-mo, like, Mamma Mia, or any, like, kid humor like that. It's just more of some physical humor and subtle humor. Like, some of the humor worked. That made me smile, and a lot of the jokes in this film, like, it's more of the adults, like the parents in the theater, laughing more than the kids were. Because when I saw the previous Mario film in the theaters, like, I saw a Wednesday showing, and there were a bunch of frat dudes and frat girls, and they were laughing, having a good time. So the humor worked okay, it did its job, but it's not laughed out loud to me. Which, I don't fully hate potty humor. Like, it depends on the material that it's in and if it's used sparingly. And there are no poop or butt jokes in the Mario films. And it still gets the humor right that the original film got right. But in terms of some more story issues and all that, like, Fox McCloud, like, took a similar role to Donkey Kong in the original film, and at least Mario and the relationship between Mario and Donkey Kong there at least was something. Like, Fox McCloud was just there, and to me it's just Nintendo fan service porn. And with the sequel, and with, like, a sequel to a film is supposed to build off from the original film. That's what a sequel is supposed to do. And I feel like what Illumination did with the Despicable Me and Minions franchise, they are going to milk the Mario franchise dry and make a Nintendo Cinematic Universe, and maybe eventually build up to a Super Smash Brothers movie, and then their equivalent to Infinity War, they're going to make a Subspace Emissary film. That's going to be like their Infinity War equivalent. Even though this film is not the worst thing in the world, it still gets the same things right that the previous film got right. It kind of solidifies things wrong about, like, Hollywood. Like, the fan especially with big franchises, like, the fan surface, like, cameos, like, whoa, Fox McCloud, like, or, oh, that movie has Michael Keaton as Batman, he's back, or that's Tobey Maguire, or look at the cameo, and all that. Like, just because Marvel did successful with its cinematic universe, and it made sense for DC to attempt it, because Marvel and DC in comics are both universes, and it makes sense to try to attempt something like this. But with Nintendo, like with Mario, I get it. I get that Mario, Donkey Kong, and Wario, like with the Wario Land and WarioWare, like, I get that those are in the same universe. I totally get that. But having Star Fox and Metroid and F-Zero in the mix, like, I prefer Star Fox and Metroid to be their own separate things. There are some things that are better just to remain in their own universe. Like, it's Illumination, so they make cheap-ass movies, and like, okay, I know it's a kid's film. I totally get that. I watched Despicable Me 4 the other night, and I had a headache watching it. Like, I was baffled on how dry and lifeless a big studio animated film could be. They never take any risk with their films. They just do the same old with their sequels, and they're just gonna milk it. And they're going to do the same with Mario. I might be curious about how they're going to handle Wario and Waluigi in the next film. Like, who's going to voice them? Probably Danny DeVito or whoever. But yeah, this film's not good. Like, I get it's a kids movie, but kids movies can be good, because last month I watched Hoppers, and that was a great film, and there's no reason animated kids films can be bad, because kids movies can be good. And if you comment down, "It's a kids movie," then I will come to your house. I'll track you down before that, and I will kill you. So don't you fucking dare comment, "It's a kids movie." Kids movies and animated films can be good, and they can be better than a lot of Illumination films. Like Sonic the Hedgehog 3, like, it's a live action film, but it's a much better film than a lot of the shit that Illumination has made. It's better than Despicable Me 4 and The Lorax and Sing and Pixar, who made Toy Story, Incredibles, and Monsters, Inc. They made better films than most Illumination films, aside from the first Despicable Me. Aardman Animations, who made Wallace and Gromit, and Chicken Run, and those are better movies, and Pirates Band of Misfits, even though I'm an American, I know it's Adventurous Scientist, but whatever. Those are better movies than what Illumination has made. And Super Mario Galaxy, even though it's at the same quality as the original and got the same things right, it's still a bit worse. It's still a bit worse than the original Super Mario Brothers from the previous Mario film. Like, to me, this film is just Nintendo fan service porn. If you're just a random dude down the street who doesn't give a fuck about video games at all, who never touched a video game console in his or her life, you're not gonna like the film. It's just gonna be a generic fucking kids movie, and that's it. But if you're someone like me who grew up with the Wii, like, you'll still have, still looking at it with a critical eye and judging it in terms of story, you will have fun with the Nintendo fan service. Mainly for Nintendo Wii, like, kids who grew up with it. But you'll have fun with that part, but you will not. But if you judge it in terms of writing and story, it doesn't work. Like, it's just Nintendo fan service porn to me. Like, if you like it, go ahead. If you only love it just because, like, fan service, it's like, go ahead. And if you comment, just enjoy what it is. Like, go ahead and like it. I don't care. But to me, it's just, this film is just Nintendo fan service porn. Like, it's good at just being just that. Like, to me, like, reviewing it, to me, is reviewing porn videos on the Hub or OnlyFans, reviewing it for the plot and not how sexy it is. And that's basically what I'm doing with the Super Mario Galaxy film. And it does a good job with the fan service, but in terms of the actual movie itself, it's not good. So, the Cinetroller signing out. Have a good one. Goodbye. Thank you for watching my video, and if you are looking for other content from me, then you can watch my video on Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. It's a really good video, and I have a unique opinion on it. If not, then you can watch my movie reviews on theatrical, the latest movies, and it's unscripted, but they're still fun to listen to. So, if not, then you can just subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications and get notified about a video you may be interested in. So, you can do those 3 things if you want. I'm not stopping you.